We're going live. Dun, dun, you're live. We're live. Okay, so wait, we're going to mute this. Okay. There's this. Hey, so this is Valkyrie Baby Boss. This is Brent Rechko, the rival boss, and today I'm just going to really quickly go over the Stadia, Founders Edition that just got announced and stuff, or Stadia in general. I'm kind of setting this thing up for next week for E3 because I want to do live reactions and talk about things as they're happening next week. But this week, I kind of was slow I didn't get up in time to get everything working and stuff. Don't mind me with getting my notices on my phone. But anyway, I didn't get it all set up in time. I'm sorry, by the way, there's like a clicking noise going on right now, a very slight one. I'm going to try to figure out what that is and fix it. So I'm not going to take up too much of your time today because, I just want to get everything working. So this is kind of just like a test to make sure that the stream is going to be able to work and function correctly. And we wanted to talk about this Stadia that is going to be coming right now. But mostly I just wanted to see if everything worked. So anyway, real quick, guys, thank you for staying with the channel. As far as Arcade 1-Up stuff goes, I'm going to download a new image and review it probably in about a week or so. I have a good one lined up for you guys, so stay tuned. As far as other stuff goes, I'm going to basically, next week, I'm going to try to do all the big E3 announcements live, hopefully reactions and stuff. So if you haven't already, please like and subscribe to the channel and maybe click the notifications so you know when I go live. If you care at all. If you don't, whatever too. But I'm just doing this kind of, just to do something different. But yeah, so Stadia was announced today, and I wanted to do a live one, but I didn't get it up in time. And I tell you what, Stadia is interesting for sure. So we have Stadia was announced, and they kind of come out. I should have the press announce. I should have brought that up. Maybe I will in a minute here. But they kind of came out, and they kind of showed a couple games and stuff that were on the platform, but it was nothing that was exclusive. All these games are going to be on different platforms or are already on the same different platforms. So they didn't show any exclusives. And then they also basically said, hey, if you want to buy our Founders Edition for $129 plus tax, by the way, we'll give you free shipping. And it is a good deal, because the controller, I guess, is $70, so that's pretty dang expensive. Switch Pro controllers are going about for $50, $60 at Walmart now. So, it's comparable. It is a little bit on the high end. But let me just mute my phone here real quick, guys, so you don't get notifications all the time. But anyway, so, it's a little bit on the high end. The Chromecast, we'll look down here. It's kind of expensive too. It's a good deal. It's like $300 if you add up all the stuff that they're giving you. But the problem is, and we'll go through it here. So they've announced this Founders Edition, right? And the biggest thing about I'm gonna nobody's really talked. Well, a couple people have talked about this, but the biggest problem is, and I have this problem, is data caps. I have a terabyte per month or whatever that I can use. And yes, I could get unlimited data, but right now, they charge you another, my internet service is Cox, and I basically would charged about, I think it's another $30 or $40 a month for unlimited data. Which is kind of, and I have already a 300 meg download and stuff, so it's already pretty expensive. And right now, I just don't have I just don't see the need for me to get unlimited data. Eventually, if I can get this YouTube thing going up in full steam and stuff, then I would. But right now, it just doesn't seem right. And the problem with this is Stadia doesn't understand that places like Comcast and stuff like that are not going to raise data. And my data cap is pretty high. A lot of people only have 500 gigs or something per month. And streaming either 10 or 4K to your device is just going to eat your data up so fast. And so you're not, and the problem is, so you're buying this system, and you have to pay $9.99 a month, and it's gonna basically be like an Xbox Live or PlayStation Plus account, because they're gonna give you a couple free extras every month. But then you have to buy the games, just like all the other ones. Okay, so like Xbox, and they're gonna give you discounts on some of the games and stuff. But then, you still have to buy the games. It's not like a Netflix service where you're just going to you pay a flat fee and you get all the games. It's just not what it is. It's basically you are paying $9.99 for streaming service so you can stream it on all your devices. Now, there's a lot of catches there that we're going to go over. But yeah, just in general, that you're paying $9.99 a month for this service. And by the way, there is a free one too, but there's a lot of catches in there too. And we'll go down over it real quick. So yeah, they showed some games off, and it was okay. The first game, and the only game, by the way, that you're going to get on release is Destiny 2. Destiny 2 was not, it was a good game, but it wasn't that well received. And they just, I'm like, this is what you're coming to me. You want me to pay, and the first game that you're going to give me is Destiny. And I'm like, I don't care. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, Destiny's a good game. And I'm just like, yeah, it's okay. Can I even get past this? One sec here. Oh, man. And by the way, as they were streaming, by the way, let me see if I can do this here. As they were streaming, their internet connection was breaking up, which was hilarious because you're like, oh, we're going to have this awesome streaming service. But by the way, it's not really working great, even us streaming this broadcast to you guys. But yeah, the idea is to stream it onto all these devices and stuff. All you need is a device that can run a Chrome browser or a device that can plug in to run Chrome, basically, and a controller. No waiting for downloads games. They're all just going to be streamed right to your console. That's great until you run out of data. Okay. Especially if you're running 4K. 60 frames per second. That's nice. That's, next gen kind of things. 4K, next gen. HDR 5.1. By the way, you don't get 5.1 if you're not paying for the service, by the way. You also don't get 60 frames per second if you're not paying for the service, I don't believe. And you only get 1080p if you're not paying for the service. If you're paying free, that's it. And, let's keep going. And they show you, like, if you have 10 megs down speed, 720 is as high as you're going to get. 20 megs, 1080. And if you can get 35 megs per second, you can get 4K easily, supposedly, is what they're saying here. And they say, test your connection speed. Let me go down a little bit more. Test your connection speed, which I should see what it tells me when I'm also streaming upload. That would be kind of funny. Let's see what else. Destiny 2, the collection. You get the complete collection of Destiny, guys. Oh, isn't that great? And then here's some more games that are coming that can be purchasable on Stadia, and they give you a couple of different games and stuff like that. And I want to see Mortal Kombat run on this without any input delay or anything like that. Also, like Doom Eternal. I'm guessing, and Dragon Ball Z Xenoverse. So Doom 2, I want to see because I want to see what it actually looks like if they can deliver that 4K beautiful experience. And that game's going to be really fast paced. So you could really probably feel the input delay. Things like Crew 2 and racing games, we'll just have to see. And then this is the Founders. Okay, so if you pay for the Founders bundle, which is you're going to basically get access to it early. Well, they don't say early access, by the way, but they just say the Founders Editions, I think it's November, you'll get to play on our service, okay? But if you don't get the Founders Edition, by the way, you can't play until next year, which is I think that's a stupid move. I think they needed to roll out the free stuff first and then the premium stuff. I think it's a huge mistake running it this way. You're also going to get 3 months free. Oh, goody. It's not free because I'm paying for it. You're going to get... I love that, by the way. 3 months free, but you have to pay for it. I don't think they understand what free is. looking at this thing. Like, oh, you get free. You're gonna get a free game. You're gonna get Destiny 2. No, I paid for it because I had to buy the Founders Edition. And yes, you can say the cast and the controller were more cost than the $129 that I'm paying for, and I get that, but I'm still having to pay to do anything. Like, it's not free. You can't say it's free. You just say comes with. Okay, it's not free. It comes with. But anyway, and you're gonna get a free pass for a buddy to give this service to, and they'll be like, "Oh no, why'd you do this for me?" And I guarantee you, by the way, the free buddy pass, I guarantee you, we'll find out later, but I guarantee you the free buddy pass is going to be like, oh, hey, you get a free buddy pass, but hey, give us your credit card number for reoccurring fees once, your buddy pass is over. So I think that's a load of crap. So, and yeah, you're going to get the Chromecast Ultra Founders Edition, November, 2019. The controller looks okay. Kind of neat. Founders Edition controller. There's your Ultra Chromecast Ultra 4K 60 frames per second. I get it. They want to show off the top end stuff. And you get you get those 3 months free. Okay, so here's the breakdown, guys. So Stadia Pro, you're gonna have to pay $9.99 a month. You're gonna get the 3 months free. Whatever. And you can get 4K resolution, 60 frames per second, 5.1. And you can buy games. Oh, goody. I can buy games however I want. Additional free games every month. So basically like every other subscription service that is out there under the sun. And you get discounts on games, guys. Ooh, Xbox, games with gold, PlayStation Plus. That sounds pretty familiar, right? And my dog's running into glass cases behind me, as you can see down here. But then the free one is going to be out next year, coming next year, not this year. This is a huge mistake. And the resolution is only going to go to 1080p. That's fine because nobody's going to have the data unless you have unlimited data. And by the way, keep in mind, I'm not just talking about like internet data. If you want to, they're like, oh, you could stream to your device and stuff like that. Well, that's great. And by the way, so far, they've only shown off Pixel phones. They haven't shown iPhones, iOS, which is a huge mistake. And pretty much the next best is Samsung Galaxy, or I think's better because that's what I have. But anyway, Galaxy, we don't care about your stupid Google phone. They're nice phones and stuff like that, but come on. You need to be able to stream to all devices if you're going to say that. I shouldn't have to buy your service and then want to stream it to my device using touch awful controls and play and then have to buy a Google phone. No, that's stupid as well. So yeah, this is such a huge misstep. Okay, so you do get to play 60 frames on both. But okay, so you can only get stereo sound if you're on the free one. That is literally them just hitting a switch. That's all that is. That's so stupid. I still can buy games whenever I want, though, guys. So it's like Steam. And additional free games released regularly. No, go figure. And I don't get discounts. That's so stupid. Okay, so what should have happened was they should have been like, hey, here's our free service. Okay, here's our free game. Come try out our platform. We will show you guys how awesome everything is. Okay, that's what they should have said. Instead, they're like, hey, pay us $130 to come try out our service and buy this hardware that you might not need. And who knows if this service will still be active in a couple years. Because Google, even though they're a great company and I love them as far as like their innovation goes, they have had a lot of companies die. A lot of little projects die. So what's to make me feel like I'm going to buy into the service, then buy games on the platform for full price, supposedly so far. And then on top of that, then what if that service goes away? We've already talked about like why I feel like games as a service is a really bad idea in general, just because when they want to shut down the server, you don't own the games to the right. So anytime you buy a game digitally, guys, you don't own that game. Just so you know, you don't own any digital games you've downloaded on your console. Why do I say that? Okay, yes, you can back them up on a hard drive sometimes. Some platforms will let you back that game up and put it on a hard drive, and as long as that hard drive doesn't fail, you own that game. But some don't. And some games, when you go down to download them again, okay, take Konami dealing with, what was that demo for Silent Hill, the Silent Hill demo. So when they took that off the server, you could no longer download it. And then if it was on your system, that was, as you know, you had it until that's basically the system and the hard drive died, but you could never download it again. So even though that was a free thing, it's the same thing if you paid for it. Once it goes away, it's gone. Like once they take it off the servers. And if a company goes bankrupt, you know, Xbox, Sony, Google, they're probably not going to go bankrupt, but Google will shut down things, and they have done that before because you know they just spend a ton of money. And I'm sure they have a bubble set up for this for a couple years for it to get hopefully get some momentum going. But if you buy a bunch of games on this, and a lot of people don't, and then they shut it down, guess what? Those games just disappear. And that's just how it works, you know? So who knows? I feel like, you know, I want a physical, I still love physical media, but at least I want a physical box where I can at least download the games from their servers, put it on my box, and not being streamed, because the second it's streaming too, and it's just like Netflix. Netflix adds things to their service all the time, and they take things away, and then you'll go on there like they had a whole bunch of Disney movies on there, right? Disney started up their own. They're going to start up their own streaming service, so all those are going to go away. And guess what? You will never be able to watch those on Netflix again. You will have to go over to their service to do that. And that's just why streaming in general is, you know, other than just the technical aspects and data caps and stuff like that, that's why streaming in general, just streaming, is a bad idea. At least in modern, right now, okay? Be recognized. Oh, and you get your Stadia name first, by the way. So if I wanted, you know, my name first, my gamer tag, then I need to pay the money right now. And I can buy it from the Google Store, guys. And I wanted to show you guys real quick. Keep me updates for this device. Okay, sign up. You cannot get Google Stadia if you're in Hawaii. You cannot get in Guam. Nope, can't get those. You know why? Because they don't have fast enough internet connections. And here, Stadia 3 is compatible with Pixel 3, Pixel 3 XL, Pixel 3a, and Pixel. That's it. No other phones. So you have to buy their phone. I always love reading the little fine print here, by the way. And then you have to meet the minimum requirements for the operating system. Okay, so the other thing I wanted to show you guys real quick up here was, so if you buy the Founders, and we'll look at the tech specs here too. So you're going to get the controller, which is pretty cool, and you're going to get a Chromecast Ultra. And I wanted to show you guys real quick. I did this first. So if you add the pack, okay, if you add the Founders pack, and then it will ask you, and I'll go through it with you real quick. If you add the Founders pack, and then you add it will ask you if you want to add an extra controller. And if you take the Founders pack out, it says only purchase the Stadia controller on its own if you already have access to the Stadia, or a Founders Edition with a Buddy Pass. Okay, so basically they're saying, hey, if you buy this, it's not going to work until the free service next year. Basically, you have to have a Founders code or a Buddy Pass to use their service right now and play Destiny 2, because that's the only thing that's on the service currently from day one. Only thing that's going to be on day one is Destiny 2. So if you buy the $130 item, understand that the only thing that they're going to have ready for you to play in November is going to be Destiny 2. And I feel, first off, Destiny 2 is an okay game, but they didn't have it. They should have had an exclusive game that they gave away for free. They should have opened the free service first, and then opened the pay, premium one. The other problem is, they've never addressed why how people are going to get around data caps and stuff like that, especially for phones. They just assume that Comcast and stuff are going to play nice, and they're not. And I truly feel like E3 is coming up next week, and that's why I set this stream up. And we're going to watch, they're going to see more leaks from PlayStation 5, which that thing looks amazing as far as the loading speed. And Xbox, I believe also their service is going to blow this thing out of the water. And they're going to be like, they're going to look at this. This was also a huge misstep that Google went first too, because Xbox is going to be like, hey, you know what? If you don't want, you don't have to pay. I just feel like it's going to be a much better service. They're going to give away free game. They're going to try to get people to come to their new service. They're going to show off their new hardware. It's going to blow this thing out of the water. But anyway, that's just what I think. That's Google Stadia. We will see if we get some more news. I want to buy just the controller and see if I can get a buddy pass. That would be cool. I do want to test the service out because I do have a way fast enough connection speed. I just don't have unlimited data. I might get unlimited data, but think about that. My fee then would go up to almost $50 because $9.99 plus my unlimited data. So basically I would have to pay for my internet. Then I have to pay for the $9.99. Then I have to pay for the unlimited data. Then I have to buy the games because games aren't free. This isn't like a streaming service like Netflix. What is the point? Like I don't get what they're like. Yes, you don't have to buy a box. Great. I don't have to buy a box. I still have to pay all these other fees. And I much rather pay into a box one time and then pay maybe a subscription fee for discounts on stuff and get free games. That's what PlayStation and Xbox already are doing, which is what this is. I don't get what this is for. I don't understand who is going to buy into this. They're basically saying, believe us, this thing's amazing. You don't get to try it. You have to pay money for it until next year. Maybe this thing will hit off next year. Maybe they'll fix all the bugs. The Founders Pack, maybe the Founders is actually just a test bed. That you have to pay into. Like they're like, oh, let's see how many people will buy this, and we can see if it still is going to run good. That's kind of what I feel like they're doing here. So we'll see. But anyway, so that's the Rival Boss. And like I said, I'm going to have some more videos coming up. I've just been super busy at work, and I'm sorry, guys. I'll try to get some more videos out. But thank you guys so much for watching. And stay tuned. Please like, subscribe, and hit that notification because I will be doing live stuff, feedback on the live E3 next week. So thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm going to try to figure out how to shut this off. Thanks, guys.